So talking about your next steps, or other than Porsche, would you consider like training youngsters or making some school or giving some of your knowledge to them?
Well, we are actually across that in the background, to be honest, with inside the Porsche group. Keeping an eye on how the drivers go about their profession, engineers as well, because there's also a big marriage between drivers and engineers, so we have to constantly keep an eye on that. And sometimes the way the engineers are hearing the information, sometimes they don't like to hear it from the drivers, so we keep this combination on a good footing, let's say, and we have to keep to understand that. And then on the other side, of course, you have many different parts of the motorsport business which you have to keep an eye on, and that's something which I'm in direct contact with the board, and it's good to have a great relationship with the board, and this is good for us to. Motorsport is a big part of our DNA, so we have to keep doing it.
How did you find the 911 GT3, the first to drive it?
It's obviously with the bigger engine, which we know well, of course, from the Cup car, and obviously it's some people think the RS is. I love the RS as well, but if you look at the body and the styling, it's very clean. It's not as really as aggressive as the RS, so it's a beautiful shape. If you look at the style lines, and of course we there have a manual, which is very exciting too, on the 500 horsepower engine, which is only it's quite rare to have that option with this power plant and that gearbox. So you really can have so much emotion with this car, and it's got so much race orientation inside this car. That's what we say. It's really got street plates with the race car orientation.
You said you are fast enough as the PDK. Explain that to us.
I prefer the PDK. Like I say, it's hard to match the PDK. The manual box is clearly slower. It's impossible to match that. And many people also. They say they love the manual, they love all of these things, but also for me, people forget about braking really hard and having the downshift quality of the PDK as well. So, I've done so many years now of using PDK technology, and that's what racing, and it's come from the racing track, so racing drivers like this technology. I can use a manual gearbox also. If you want me to be an expert with a manual box, of course I can do that, and I enjoy that. But if I'm going to be on the road, I still prefer to have a PDK, because the shift quality, and also when you take this engine, of course we know it's revving very, very high, and to have the PDK, the software and all of the technology around this shift quality is for me still world class, and I love to have that.